A violent felon who was on parole when he shot and killed 2 Dallas hospital workers was convicted today of capital murder. Nestor Hernandez received an automatic sentence of life in prison without parole. The district attorney's office did not try to get the death penalty. The jury took less than an hour and a half to reach its verdict. Hernandez showed absolutely no emotion at the verdict, no remorse for killing Methodist Dallas nurse Jackie Flowers and hospital worker Jacqueline Pokua. Fox 4's Alex Boyer was in court for the verdict and the reaction afterward. Alex.
Hey, Steve, you know, there was an audible gasp inside of the courtroom when that verdict was read from family members of the victims. No doubt a sigh of relief that Nestor Hernandez had ultimately been found guilty of capital murder. Now, it took the jury of 8 men and 4 women about an hour and 20 minutes to find Hernandez guilty. The 31-year-old convicted felon shot and killed social worker Jacqueline Pokua and nurse KDFW Flowers inside the mother-baby unit at Dallas Methodist back in October of last year. Now, the jury therefore rejecting Hernandez's claims that it was all an accident and that he didn't mean to kill them. Following the verdict, Hernandez was sentenced by the judge to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Hernandez showed no visible emotion as relatives of Flowers read victim impact statements.
I hope every day for the rest of your miserable life you are haunted by their names, faces, and the legacy that you cut short. I noticed that you didn't even look up during the autopsy photos. That again shows what kind of a coward you are.
I lost my mama because she cared more about your son than you did. I had to endure the trauma of her being murdered. A middle schooler listening to the detectives describe how you killed her. And now I'm 15, having to relive it again this week.
And yesterday, Hernandez took the witness stand in his own defense. Again, he maintained that he did not intend to kill the 2 women. His attorney told us afterwards that it was the right decision to put his client on the witness stand because without Hernandez's version of events, which again were largely contradicted by his ex-girlfriend's accounts and forensic evidence, the jury would not have had any other narrative to consider a lesser charge. Their verdict, however, shows they did not believe him.
There wasn't a whole lot to work with here. The facts of this case were particularly egregious. Our feelings really go out to the Flowers and the Pokua family. We made sure that the defendant got his day in court and had his rights enforced, and the jury made the decision, and we live with that.
Yeah, and Paul Johnson tells me that he does not believe there will be any reason for an appeal in this case. Now, I also asked him if Hernandez had any remorse for what he did, and he tells me, quote, in his own way. Now, prosecutors, meanwhile, did not stop to speak with reporters afterwards. Hernandez now, of course, in the custody of the jail system, where he will have plenty of time to think about what transpired in court.